The universe has been making more than one Earth-like planet a second nonstop for 14 billion years. We published a peer-reviewed paper with ions on a novel molecular model of telepathy a few months ago. We're in the infancy of advanced technological civilization. Etheric mycelium. I'm in love with the potential, and I'm a man on a mission. Then genetics is my weapon of choice.
Welcome to the Full Potential Living podcast, where our mission is to explore the limits of what's possible for human potential, one powerful conversation at a time. You listening, my friend, can self-actualize holistically in the most important areas of life. This show is for anyone fascinated by pushing the limits on what is possible for their own life and human potential. We dive deep into human health and longevity, inner fulfillment, meaningful contribution through your work in life so that we can liberate ourselves from our own self-imposed limitations. Today, we've got a repeat guest, a returning guest, man of the hour, Ryan Rossner. Ryan Rossner has lived two lives most people only dream of. A former college place kicker and track athlete who spent 2 seasons in the NFL. Then Ryan traded the field for the lab, earning his PhD in molecular biology of aging at the University of Washington. And from there, his career reads like science fiction. He worked as a scientist with the U.S. Air Force on DARPA's Biostasis project, literally researching how to induce human hibernation to save wounded soldiers on the battlefield, working at the bleeding edge of what's possible for human longevity, and much, much more. Ryan's an athlete body with a scientist, brilliant mind who doesn't just experiment on himself, but actually understands the biology underneath it with a mission. If you ever wondered whether we can slow down aging and what human potential has in store, this is the man to ask. Ryan, welcome back to the podcast, man.
Thanks, man.
What is new and exciting?
I started a new company, ATG, Astra Terran Genetics.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a wild dude, and being independent is good for me.
Yeah.
Main Circle changed my life. But like independence is a good fit.
Yeah.
The things that are new, I mean, my social media has grown really rapidly recently.
Yeah.
Thanks to a number of people who have helped, including Nico.
Yeah.
And one of the new things that has emerged from that is people really respond to telepathy, stories of demon possession, and other things of this nature. People have spoken, they're very into this. So that's a new thing. And we published a peer-reviewed paper with ions on a novel molecular model of telepathy a few months ago. So actual science of telepathy published. Yeah.
Wow. Very interesting. So a lot of new things.
Many, many new things. Yes.
Like what's the biggest like transformation for you since last year? It's been a year since we were on the podcast.
Yeah. The biggest transformation is it's actually challenging to describe it, but I think last year there was some hardship of various kinds, and it pushed me to a new level of discipline and dedication. That this book came out of pretty extreme discomfort, but
wow.
And that mode has led to a lot of personal growth, and then this new, just a lot of people have gotten involved. A lot of help. Yeah.
Why do you think that's happening? Why is all this?
I think genetics is the future. And, through a combination of hard work and luck and other factors, like we're just near the epicenter of it, and we're doing good stuff, and good people are getting involved.
Very cool. So what would you say at this point? You've got a new book, a lot of inner transformation. dedication, discipline over the last year,
Mm-hmm.
and a new company.
Yep.
A lot is transformed and changed.
Yep.
What would you say that anybody can connect to? Like, what is your mission behind all this? What is the purpose of what you're doing?
Yeah, it's really more of a mission than a company. You know, it's just you kind of have to make a company to perform. But the mission is most specifically elevate humanity through careful stewardship of genetic progress and accelerating that progress, which is lagging way too much. Yeah, that's the mission.
Why does that matter to you?
There's two sides to that coin. The first meaningful experience in my life was watching my mom get cancer, and so I basically have a vendetta against that. Lifelong. When I was in college in East Texas, I did 20 years ago. I tried psychedelics, and they showed me the flip side, which was the potential of the human experience. There's so much. We're just scratching the surface. We're in the infancy of advanced technological civilization. So for both those things, I hate the suffering and I'm in love with the potential, and I'm a man on a mission. Then genetics is my weapon of choice.
Okay. Yeah. It's a combination of pain and potential.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Powerful. Well, last time we talked a lot about gene therapy, follistatin, FFMI, living to 500 years old.
Yeah.
We talked about you're 25, FFMI.
Still got it.
And, but I feel like it's like a world of a difference. Like we're on a new planet.
Things are moving fast.
Faster
and faster.
Yeah. And so then tell us a little bit about telepathy for somebody that is just hearing this and has maybe heard it or maybe hearing it for the first time. And it's like, what is that? Like if we're to kind of ground it first and then go deeper, what does that even mean?
Great question. We might use the umbrella term psi, to include telepathy, predictive dreams, maybe remote viewing. Hard for me to understand this one, but maybe telekinesis of some sort. All these types of things.
Yeah.
So at this point, I've talked to many people. Almost everyone I've talked to has experienced some form of this at least once in a way that they do not believe is explainable by chance. But hardly anybody talks about it with other people. Very common experience. And so that's what it is before we get into any discussion of how it might work.
So you're saying that people with telepathy abilities don't talk about it with other people?
It's very uncommon. I would say almost everyone experiences it. Hardly anyone talks about it with any regularity or openness.
And telepathy essentially is the ability to be on the same frequency as somebody else and sort of like, essentially that's what it...
I think it takes different forms. I think sometimes, we might call that brain-to-brain communication. There's a book, American Cosmic, by Diana Pasulka, about, she was a religious studies professor who shifted to studying UFO phenomenon. And she talks about a dude who worked at NASA, and his job was basically to sit in a room and meditate, and like scientific hypotheses would pop in his mind, and they would patent them. My job, that's kind of actually my job a lot of time. But so it could be from the ether, could be from another person's brain. It's just kind of like
the quantum field.
That's above my pay grade. I'm not a physicist. Derek's out there. He's I think the two hypotheses that pop up immediately are radio wave communication or quantum entanglement. I can speak to radio waves a little. Quantum stuff, I have no idea. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And so why is it important to bring up telepathy now?
Because number one, because it's fun, and science should. It's like X-Files. Was weird. Like it's just fun, and science should rigorously investigate the most fun, weird things, so that we can harness them and understand them, and not live in an age of superstition, but an age of science. So I've always been interested in it. the telepathy tapes have been really big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been traveling around with world champion arm wrestler Devin Larratt, who is also a Special Forces veteran.
Yeah.
He has, I saw some unusual things happen around him. That's really the origin of this.
Oh, tell us about that.
Okay. So I observed, I'm not going to give too many specifics. I observed what to me, no doubt, telekinesis.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that. And then I didn't. Long story short, 9 months later, we ended up talking about telepathy. And Devin and his wife, Jody, were like, you should figure out how telepathy works. And I was like, on it. Things came together real fast. And boop. Published a paper with ions, tested it, and did preliminary human data, generated promising. So
yeah. Okay. Interesting. So
I can tell the actual story if you want. That was a week.
I'd love to hear the story.
Okay, so we were playing.
Let's hear the real story.
Okay, so if Devin calls me and says no, we'll just edit this out. So we're playing Settlers of Catan, in the game, and Devin was in Special Forces, and we were talking about all the gene therapies that are possible. And I was like, there's this, muscles, IQ. I was like, there's actually some genetic research on what enables telepathy and remote viewing. And he was like, buddy, like, he's like, do you know how useful that would be for Special Forces, like CQB, if you could read each other's minds?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, we could do it. Like, I know.
Yeah.
So, okay. So they were playing Settlers of Catan. I'm sitting here. He's here. Jody's here.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls the dice and they land over here by me. No one can reach him except me. I don't touch him. It's a 3 and a 2, 5.
Yeah.
So he moves 5 things. I watch him move. I look down and the dice are a 3 and a 4.
Really?
Yes, really. So really. So I see this, and in my brain, I thought exactly what you just thought.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And as I was thinking that, he goes, what just happened? And I was like, and he goes, did the dice change? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, huh. And then we didn't talk about it for 9 months.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So he knew he was changing the dice.
Somebody changed them. Or, I mean, is it, these, you watch Magic on TV, David Blaine, whoever.
Yeah.
These people are really good.
Yeah.
It could, maybe there's some sleight of hand or something, but
yeah,
if I had to bet, I know what I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
wow.
So we didn't talk about it for 9 months. And then 9 months later, I was back up at his place in Canada. It was just me and him. His wife Jody was out of town. We got up to a little trouble that weekend. Innocent stuff, but just like, just dumb stuff. And
arm wrestling and stuff.
We both ended up in the ER within 2 weeks of that visit for various reasons. But everybody's
not surprised.
Yeah, in any case. So
you guys are super smart. No.
In some ways. We were talking about telepathy again, and then Jody came in from her trip, and she'd been listening to telepathy tapes. She was like, "Oh my God, have you guys heard the telepathy tapes? Talk about blah, blah, blah." And they were like, "Yeah." They said as a couple, they could read each other's, and they said the other, we tested them there on the spot, and they did it. And then they were like, "You should figure out how it works." I came back here, actually talked to a buddy of mine, Dave Burns. He told me about one anecdote, then I went into the literature, boop, 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 things just came together. And then that was it.
Wow. Okay. How do you think telepathy ties to human potential?
That's a great question. So I think that it has ancient roots, so prophecy. Actually, Dean Radin was just on Joe Rogan. So Dean Radin runs Ions, who we co-publish with. The paper that I was telling Devin about, he thinks that, look, I was raised Catholic, not anti-Catholic. He says the Inquisition was going around basically trying to eliminate psychic genetics from the population,
Hmm.
which is it opens up a very
Whoa.
deep can of worms. But
Whoa.
basically, prophecy, inspiration, these are powers that can be wielded to enhance potential, obviously.
When you say prophecy, what do you mean exactly?
Yeah, prophecy. So, prophecy, I think it's a nice word. Like, it has a nice meaning, but prophecy, I mean, to use casual language, God puts an idea in your head that is true. And then maybe it's about the future, or maybe it's about a deep truth.
Having a prophecy, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's a very human desire to not just want to fulfill our potential, but to transcend, to reach something a higher level. I think telepathy, these are the types of things we just kind of feel in our bones. Like saints are often portrayed with halos, or like light is,
Right.
So I think it's just an intuitive part of what we've been aiming at for a long time.
And I think there's a lot of people that might have these. Would you say there's a lot of people that have these powers that they're not aware of?
I think almost everybody has some. And we've been looking at the genetics of it in great detail.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think there's some people have more than others, like athleticism.
Yeah.
I think everybody probably has some. And I think we're finally starting to understand very mechanistically what influences it, which is super fun.
So how do you think somebody out there that maybe they have like a high intelligence, or maybe they have a high sensitivity or awareness of other people, of energies. There's people, out there that feel that. How would they know if they maybe have some type of super intelligence or other ability like that?
Yeah, I think the best way is try to see if you can experience your ability more than once. And it's very easy to have, what would you say, like some type of bias where it happens when you want to believe it. Maybe read the history, maybe try to read some science, and really science is about, Matt Caberline taught us this repeatedly. Science is about trying to prove yourself wrong and failing to. It's not about trying to prove yourself right.
You think most people try to prove themselves right?
In reality, there's value in that, but the value of trying to prove yourself wrong is underappreciated in science. So like try to poke holes in your theory. Like the dice thing. Yeah. Instead of just being like, it happened, like be like, what could have, And if you can't come up with anything, then it strengthens your hypothesis. So yeah, I would say if you experience something exciting, try to repeat it, learn about the history of it. Try to think what else could explain this, but also have fun with it.
Personally, I have spent a lot of time visualizing as an athlete, and I'm fascinated by remote viewing because I think that, I don't know, I think people may have access to these types of things, but they've never thought about it. And I've spent a lot of time personally visualizing. Of a high visual person, visualizing things as an athlete, hitting the ball in the gap. That's where it all started. Yeah. But I feel like you can sort of see things in the mind. And so I'm curious, what are your thoughts on remote viewing?
Oh yeah. So first of all, this is the first paper I think that ION's published on this. It's called like a pilot study. Fascinating gene, TNRC18. And it is in the back of that book there. We got first, can I do a thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Austin is home to a very special book, the Gutenberg Bible.
Okay.
In the Harry Ransom Center on UT campus, Gutenberg Bible, only complete copy outside of New York. It's basically the first internet. The Gutenberg Bible is the first time that people had access to information. It's here in Austin. Austin's also home of Whole Earth Provision Co., which is inspired by Whole Earth Catalog, which is this guy, Stuart Brand, requested a photo of Earth from space from NASA, put it on the cover of this catalog. It's called Whole Earth Catalog access to tools.
Mhm.
This catalog inspired Steve Jobs to do personal computers.
Hmm.
This book changed the world.
Hmm.
This book, in all humility, is an attempt to make a similar catalyst. So for the first time in human history, all 20,000 genes you can hold in your hand. They're in a list in alphabetical order in the back of the book. The genome is no longer abstract. You can read it on a plane and make the people next to you wonder what you're doing. You can take out a little highlighter. I learned the genome better by reading this list than I did in any biology class. In any case, TNRC18 is in there. TNRC18 is what Dean Radin was talking about with the Inquisition, and it was remote viewers had one letter difference in their TNRC18 sequence.
So that's a genetic code for somebody who might have remote viewing,
stronger remote viewing capability. Do you know Ed Reardon?
Heard the name.
He's a local guy. He's one of the world experts, as far as I can tell, on remote viewing. If you want, I can connect you to him.
Yeah,
he came
100%.
He came and gave a talk on the mechanisms, what he speculates to be the mechanisms of remote viewing, and it was detailed. So remote viewing is I've thought about less than telepathy, but he says that's what I can tell you about it. I think I don't experience that so much. I experience other things, but there are some points of entry to study remote viewing. Yeah.
Okay, but so your book here, it's Earth Life Code that you published this book, A Guide to Help Humanity Reach
Kardashev 1.
Kardashev 1.
Yeah. Kardashev 1 is a scale for assessing universal civilizations by how much energy they can harness. It goes up to 5, maybe 6. Humanity's like at a 0.7. It's very humbling.
Yeah.
And like things are going faster and faster. We might be getting, I think we should try, get to 1, kind of level up.
Yeah.
Exhale, put all the behind us, and just so we're so close, we've come so far. This is intended to guys, genetics, science. On the front it has many of the historical languages, and then one of the universal languages is the genetic code that we all share, that can unite us. This is actually Devin's idea. So Devin is a combat veteran.
Okay.
And he said, war is the biggest driver of innovation, but the cost is unacceptable. And the only thing that's a comparable driver of innovation is unifying mission. And so genetics is part of Reach Kardashev 1 is we all want this. Abundance, go to space.
That's what Kardashev 1 means.
It means being able to harness the energy. I think I'm not so good at details all the time either. I want of your entire planet or of your star? Probably just the planet.
I remember your talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Devin was there. At Upgraded Labs.
Yeah. It basically, the atom bomb was really the start of a transition, I think.
Yeah.
And now there's AI and genetics and maybe quantum computing. It feels like we're close to a transition.
Yeah.
Transitions can be tricky.
Yeah.
And so I think good to work together, get through, level up, that's the idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot more there.
Well, this is full potential, man. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the potential.
Well, interesting. So telekinesis, telepathy, remote viewing.
Yeah.
Fascinating topics for exploring our human potential. And so what fascinates you most about those two?
About the telepathy type stuff?
Yeah.
I think if I'm being honest,
you got to open up the can of worms for people.
Okay, we're gonna open it. We're gonna open the can. So I'm pretty objectively have had success at science.
Yeah,
and not all of them, but a lot of my best ideas have just kind of popped into my
Popped
head.
in your head.
Yep. And I would say, from where? I would say, maybe aliens, maybe
Yeah.
God.
So in your mind, I had a good talk with a friend.
Yep.
Actually the other night, and I've done a lot of different studies around spirituality.
Yep.
Understanding ourselves at a higher level, and I had a friend who is sort of rooted back into Christianity.
Okay.
And he talks about how, we really have three sources of our thoughts.
Okay.
And he says, we've got ourselves, then we've got the devil, then we've got God. Okay. Or God or Jesus.
Sure.
And I don't personally subscribe to that, but I think it can either come from fear, love, but without going into my thing, where do you think our thoughts come from?
Yeah, that's a great question. One term that has actually kind of popped into my head is like etheric mycelium. So the mycelium in the soil, like the amount of information that's communicated when you walk through a forest is tremendous. There's something in the air. Could be mediated in part by our microbiome. Could be something, I don't know. Could be, but I think to your question about God and the devil, so I spend a lot of time reading the older books, the Bible, the Quran, Gilgamesh is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
As many as I can in my free time. And I feel my strong impression is that it's very hard to pin down absolute meaning. Like there's clusters of meaning and characters and so that they like sometimes I feel aligned with multiple figures from multiple traditions. Good and bad is not always clear. I think we all to me, so I think there's a more expansive cast of characters than God and the devil.
Yeah.
And I think the characters are meaningful.
More expansive.
Yeah. And I think they're real both in, personally, I suspect they're real in a physical and a mythological sense. But I think that good and evil are actually probably mathematically definable. And I think we all have a pretty simple, innate sense of good and evil that we can use as a compass to know what voices to listen to. I think good is because life is about what you want. You got to get what you want. I mean, you got to get what you need.
Yeah.
Eating, breathing, etc. And I think it's about how you get what you want. Do you get it at the expense of others? Or while also helping others get what they want? And then there's also neutrality. I think that's a spectrum of good and evil. Good and evil, because if you get what you want at the expense of others, you create enemies. And over time, there's no network. It eats itself. If you get what you want and help others, you build a network. And that's a society, a civilization. There's harmony, there's cooperation. I think it's a very simple metric. There's a book, Beginning of Infinity, by physicist David Deutsch, that attempts to outline something similar. But in any case, so I think this broad cast of characters is incredibly rich, and I think we have an internal compass that we can listen to.
Okay, so internal compass and broad cast of characters.
I think so.
So how do people know that are listening? Like, how do they know? This is my internal compass. Is this a felt sense? Is this a logical? Is this both?
I think it's both. I mean, I think you got to reflect and think, are you doing something for short-term selfish gain?
Yeah.
Or is it,
why are you doing it?
Why are you doing it?
Yeah. Intention behind it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, who are these casts of potential characters that our thoughts might come from?
I think maybe there's three groups that are super fun to think about.
All right.
And
where are they?
One would be the aliens described in the lore, which is more and more public these days.
Oh, that's where we're going
next. Aliens.gov. So aliens, you got like reptilians.
Oh yeah.
You got the Nordics.
Yep.
The Greys.
Insectoids.
And then a bunch of other ones.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody check out the movie Communion with Christopher Walken for a great explicit visual depiction of different aliens. Anyway,
Yeah.
aliens, then you have gods and goddesses, deities, demigods from mythology or
Right.
religions. Very expansive cast of characters.
Do you think those are potentially were aliens?
Of course, that hypothesis fits the data very well, very well. I'm not presuming to know that that is the case. I'm not trying to insult anybody's religion, but I don't necessarily think that would diminish the power of spirituality or religion if there was some overlap there. And I think the data are consistent with this is how we talk in science. The data are consistent with that hypothesis. You don't say, yeah, I believe that's true. You say those data do fit the hypothesis does fit the data well.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
The third group is the Fae.
Yeah.
Which is actually, it's kind of close to the jinn in Islam, which is kind of close to angels in, Judaism, Christianity. Many cultures have Fae. Lord of the Rings is like this massive celebration of the Fae.
Who is Fae?
Like fairy creatures, but like elves. Elves is maybe the coolest. If you say fairies, people are like, oh, like if you say elves, people are like, that's like. But I would say these are probably the three clusters of candidates for voices putting like advanced scientific ideas into people's heads.
Wow, that's fascinating. I think personally, for the last 3 or 4 years, I've studied Bashar channeling.
What is that?
Bashar channeling is basically, the man is named Daryl Anka.
Okay.
Might want to look him up.
Yeah, for sure.
But he has been doing it for 40 years. And he actually has channeled this, he calls it an ET entity named Bashar.
Okay.
And Bashar is a descendant of the Greys civilization who actually basically has DNA of Greys and humans combined.
I want to see that DNA. I want to see it.
We're going there.
Yeah.
But it's like he actually, regardless of like if people believe that part or not, Bashar and Daryl Anka, the information that he provides is not only mind-blowing, but it's also incredibly practical. And he's got these 5 steps that you follow in order to basically live your full potential life.
Yeah, totally.
And it's follow your excitement to the best of your ability from moment to moment, as long as you can, until you can't do it any longer. Examine your fear-based belief systems when things come up. Stay positive as long as you can, right? And he's got this whole 5-step formula. But to me, the reason I bring that up is because it's the most truthful, grounded, highest information I've found. Personally, I have been to India and studied Hinduism, Buddhism. I've been around a lot of friends who, talk about Christianity, and I've studied that as well. Yeah. And to me, it's sort of a knowing. You have a knowing where you're like, this is the most truthful thing because he has no agenda. He doesn't care if you listen to him or not. But apparently he is channeling an entity 3,000 years. We are the ancestors of them 3,000 years in the future. And they're coming back to make sure we don't go down the same
this is part of the lore
hole that the Greys went down.
Yeah, this is definitely part of the, yeah.
Is there any truth to that? What do you think?
I think that, so the time aliens as visitors from the future you hear that from a lot of different sources.
Okay.
Hard to assess the credibility of it, but
sure.
What was the other? I mean, 2 things good when assessing. One is like, does this work well? And that sounds like it has a very positive effect. The other is, what's this person's motive? It sounds like this guy he's not selling you anything. Like he's just So if it works well and he's doesn't have an ulterior motive, maybe he's crazy, but maybe not.
There's millions of people that watch him, and he's been doing
Really?
it for 40 years.
Really?
And also, like, if you could just like watch him and hear about what he talks about, and like I've seen him in person.
Really?
Yeah, in Sedona, Arizona.
Really?
And he doesn't need anything from you. It's like, and it's all coming from love.
Yeah.
You could feel it. You can sense it. You know it.
Yep.
If it was coming from fear, and if it was coming from control, that would be different.
Yeah.
Right? You could feel that immediately.
Yeah.
But I think if there's something that you're interested in that you're following, it's like you can sense with yourself: is this coming from fear? Or is it coming from love?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So what is your take on the UFO situation right now, the disclosure? Because we've got a movie that's out. We've got all kinds of tapes that are on CNN.
Right.
I mean, Fox.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're all...
it's like in plain sight. It's like, are we awake that like human aliens are here and they've always been here and they've never left? And who is the Anunnaki civilization, by the way? Is that where we came from?
We saw each other at the gym the other day and used another word that starts with A.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun to think about.
Yeah.
You know,
Atlanteans.
It's very fun to think about.
Was that a full potential living civilization?
If I had to bet, I would bet quite possibly. I don't know.
But it's hard to prove the Atlantean civilization, right?
Well, it thus far it has been for the vast majority of people at minimum. I'm a high excitement guy.
Yeah.
I'm a cautiously optimistic person.
Yeah.
I think we could learn all kinds of stuff in the future.
Yeah.
And I would love to learn about Atlantis and the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
And I think we very well might.
Yeah.
How fun would that be?
It would be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your take on disclosure right now? Is there any discrepancies you have, or like, oh, it's, poking holes in any videos that are out, or you're like, no, this is happening?
So I've been like really into this for maybe, we all like the X-Files, but I'd say like about 10. So actually 2017 is kind of the inflection point that I think led to where we are now.
Yeah.
There's a New York Times article, a TikTok video. That 2017 was a year in my life when I got really into this for, let's say, personal reasons. And
what personal reasons?
Well, just the various reasons.
Did you have an experience?
Yeah, I had a few. Yeah.
Is there any experiences you could share to be like, you know what, I have experienced it. There might be some truth to this.
I would say there definitely might be some truth to it. Like, definitely. But let me think. My take on the overall thing is that, first of all, I would bet, the universe, if you crunch the numbers, the universe has been making on average more than one Earth-like planet a second nonstop for 14 billion years. That's the odds are high. Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
One.
so
Say that one more time.
Okay, so if you take, we live in the Milky Way galaxy. Every star you see at night is just the stars in our galaxy.
Yeah.
Calculate the number of stars in that galaxy, in our galaxy.
Yeah.
And you calculate the average number of Earth-like planets per star.
Mm-hmm. Earth-like planets per star. Okay.
Number of stars per galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Average number of Earth-like planets per star.
Okay.
Number of galaxies in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You multiply these three numbers, you get an estimate, and you can like take it down multiple orders of magnitude to be really conservative, and you get some ginormous number of an estimate of how many Earth-like planets there are in the universe. Then if you count the number of seconds there are in 14 billion years, the first number is way higher. There's way more Earth-like planets than there are seconds in the history, and you're like, oh, like there's a lot. Like just every second, just like Earth. So if you wanted to do seed, like that's this.
You can't count it. No, not even
Not e-
close. Not even
beyond, not even close. Like, is just so
infinity.
essentially.
Yeah.
And so based on that, I think the likelihood of somebody somewhere also having become alive, especially like whatever they're called, meteors or asteroids have hit Earth and they had like amino acids on them. Come on, man.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they told us Earth is the only place in the solar system with water. That is, you want to, this is, I can say this. This is public domain information.
One thing you can say.
Okay, so when I was a kid, they told us the solar system has 9 planets. Let's, and then they kicked Pluto out, which that's not what this talk is about. But let's say there's 8 planets now, okay?
Right.
There's not actually 8 planets. There are 2 groups of 4 planets.
Hmm.
Okay, so here they are to scale.
What page is that?
This is page 3.
Okay. All right. So they can flip open to page 3.
Yeah, it's $10 on Amazon. I'm not making any money off this, solely to share cool science.
Yeah.
And it's all pictures too, by the way. It's no paragraphs, it's pictures, and then just a
Really?
bunch of genes at the end. So it's I'm like,
Wow.
I used to teach 6th grade in East Austin, so this is based on teaching 6th graders.
And you taught them some stuff.
Oh, they learned they learned a lot.
We're gonna go there next.
Fire, emergency room visits, also science. But so if you look at this, there are these 4 dots.
Yeah.
That's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars.
Wow. It's
Okay.
tiny.
Yeah, there's 4 planets that are so small you can't see them on the camera. Then there's an asteroid belt. I'm not saying it's like a fence around a zoo, but it's reminiscent.
Huh.
And then there's 4 gigantic
zoo.
planets with 100 moons each outside the belt, and their moons are covered with liquid water.
What?
I'm not saying anything is afoot. I'm just saying if we examine the pattern, it is, when I was a kid, they told us there's no water except Earth. Now they're like, oh, there's more water off Earth in the solar system than there is on Earth.
Yeah.
And there's been one
Wow.
Earth a second for 14 billion years. So all of this is just to establish that. Also, for the record, I heard there's $100 quintillion of mining materials in the asteroid belt, and the current world GDP per year is $100 trillion. It's 1,000,000 times more money. Maybe we should just
Put into the asteroid belt.
if we mine the asteroid belt, there might be $100 quintillion of wealth in it. So maybe we should stop fighting just for a second, get to Mars, make a base, mine the asteroid belt, and just do genetics. Just stop,
Yeah.
So all this is to establish that there is a reasonable likelihood that aliens exist because there's water there's a bazillion planets. And then if one of them beat us to technology by 1,000, 10,000 years out of 14 billion, the oldest recorded human history is like 5,000 years ago. There's actually, dude, in this book, this is one of the first images I made this like 5-10 years ago in grad school. Is blew my mind. So it's hand drawn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
It's universal history timelines by orders of magnitude. Basically, what emerges from this is there's like the oldest recorded human history is like 5,000-ish years ago.
Yeah.
Humans happen. I'm gonna get like 200,000 or 2 million years.
Yeah.
There's like 200,000 years where humans were just roaming the earth with no records. What the heck happened during those?
Yeah.
That's
no records.
If the electricity went out for a year, like COVID, remember the quarantine? People were like, you just couldn't go outside much. If there was just 100,000 years of humans, I'm just saying, there's a lot of room for mystery.
They never wrote anything down in 100,000 years.
I mean, maybe there's some stuff in like caves
hieroglyphs.
Here and there. Who knows? But I think basically what I'm getting at is, I would bet personally that aliens have been here a long time.
Yeah.
And I think the atom bomb seems to have been an accelerant for Roswell happened right after that. Then you had Blue Book with the Air Force. And
they kind of needed to patrol a little bit. over humans destroying the Earth.
The
You don't
most
know. You
people
don't
I've ever managed in my life is about a group of 5 undergrad volunteers in a lab. Let's say you were in whatever the UN or whoever, even America, you responsible for 8 billion people.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, there's actually aliens. Like, how? I mean, I don't know how it all works out, but like, you might have an impulse to be like, we need guardrails on this to some
Yeah.
degree. Also, the people want information. We all want. So I think it's probably real. There's also probably a push-pull of disclose. There's always greed. There's probably some exploits,
Yeah.
but
Right.
I would bet heavily it's real. The slow drip disclosure seems to be.
It's like so obvious to me. You know? But maybe that's me.
I think it's obvious to everyone, but I don't think it's gonna create until somebody sees an
Yeah.
alien standing in front of ship. UFO on the White House lawn or an actual alien walking around, I think people are going to be like, "Oh, this is different now." But
Yeah.
if it's just videos of, I think people will be like,
To
"Whatever."
me, like the whole idea of what I understand a little bit of protection for certain structures and how our civilization has lived, and I think there's a lot of nuance and things there. But I think in general, it's like to limit people to this information at such a high level is like, to me, it's coming from a place of fear and control
Could be.
instead of coming from a place of like trust and love, like the ability to go, you know what? I believe these citizens
Yeah.
will be able to understand, yeah, there's other life floating around, like flying around the Earth. Why can't we believe in the possibility that human beings have potential
Yep.
to be like, of course I can handle that. You know, I just think we have this seed of fear to think, oh, like we have to protect all this information and not tell people. I know there's a lot around it,
No,
but it's like we're just living from fear instead of living from love and possibility. That's what's limiting us.
I think that's very eloquently stated. I agree strongly with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So a couple more things and we're going to wrap it up. But how about, you mentioned before the podcast, you said something about training kids or teaching kids and having them experiment with telepathy
Yes.
around aliens or
Yeah.
even demons.
I did not. Yes. People voice. So here's what happened. I'm going to condense a few stories into a short story.
Okay.
After I worked for the Air Force, I was very tired. I'd been researching very hard for a long time.
Yeah.
I bought a van. I headed to the deserts and the mountains of the American West where nobody could yell at me.
I love you, man.
Yeah, I love you too, dude. And I just went almost entirely to historical alien hotspots. I went to Skinwalker Ranch and I camped there. And I took LSD and like 10 grams of mushrooms.
Yeah.
And these people this is a true story, by the way.
Okay.
People are going to watch this and be like, this dude's full of, this actually happened.
Because you're also a heavily studied scientist at the same time, you know?
I'm an actual scientist.
You're an actual scientist.
My
right?
life has gotten very fun and weird at this point in ways that are almost entirely just wonderful, and I'm very deeply grateful for.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I start telling stories, they can sound like BS.
Yeah.
But they're not. I went to Skinwalker Ranch. I was at a public library in Utah. I saw an ad for like, oh, did you know you can camp at Skinwalker Ranch? And I was like, sweet. So I booked it.
Yeah.
Drove there. It just so happened there were some people from the military also camping there that night, and hung out with them. And they were like, hey, did you know there's this app that you can use to telepathically contact aliens? And I was like, cool. And they were like, let's try it together. I was like, great. So we did it.
App on your phone.
Yeah. Well, it's CE5. It's Stephen Greer's app.
CE5.
Yep.
Wow.
And so I tried it with these guys, and I didn't experience anything extraordinary. One of them did. But in any case, I just was like, oh, cool. And so when I drove back to Austin later that summer and got a job teaching 6th grade, I started UFO Club. And UFO Club, we would hang out in the garden outside the school and use the app, and we would do group meditation for 3.5 minutes and try to telepathically contact aliens. And then we would go around the circle, and we would all say what we experienced, and I would encourage them to err on the side of disclosing what they experienced, and I would write it all down. So I have a folder at home of a year of 6th graders' meditation experiences telepathically contacting aliens. And
wow,
from day one, I didn't expect that much to happen, but day one, it totally got weird. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's actually working. So basically when Nico started helping me film me for social media, this is one of the first things we put on TikTok, and people were like, what? They were like, did those kids sign permission slips? Like, you're exposing them to demons. Like, what are you? And I was like, guys, like, just slow down. Like, this is fun. There's no,
That's kind of the TikTok world. I feel like can be like that.
I'm going to tell you what, man, there's some people out there who really have an axe to grind. They're just looking to, and whatever, but the truth is those kids had a lot of fun. I don't think any of them became possessed by a demon. They all got excited about science and had a good time, which is that's how you help kids. You make them have fun and you teach them stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was just super, super fun and
what was
interesting.
weird about it at the beginning?
The first day. Yeah. So it was weird every single week we did it. And I have the manila folder at home. I'm more than happy to crack it open. But day one, there's like 5-10 kids. We're sitting in the garden. This girl was sitting on a little fence they had the minions from Despicable Me painted on it.
Yeah.
Not really relevant, but just for fun. So she's sitting on that fence, and halfway through the 3.5 minute meditation, she gets up and moves. And so when we go around the circle and ask her about what they're like, why did you get up and move?
Yeah.
And she's like, I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I had an image of an atom bomb dropping on my head. And I was like, so when people encounter aliens at crash sites, they report the aliens telepathically putting images of environmental disaster and nuclear disaster in their heads to warn them about possible bad fates of humanity.
Oh.
And I was like, I asked her, did you know that that's in the alien literature that they telepath? And she was like, no. I was like, do you ever think about atom bombs? She was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay, we're going to keep this club going. See what happens. So
oh my
God, kept happening. Every week, 1 or 2 kids would have something consistent with the literature that these kids don't read Jacques Vallée. They're just kids.
They're just kids.
So it was super fun. But it was very polarizing on TikTok. But open your minds. If there's a demon, we'll fight.
You're gonna know it.
There's
gonna know it.
There's archangels too.
Yeah.
So we can. Anyway, it was super fun.
Also, what I've found with Bashar and the combination with him and the connection with him, and also what's actually in Christianity.
Yeah.
From talking heavily with my friend, is that around demons or negative spirits.
Yeah.
Is that they never actually have power over you.
It's interesting.
They never do. Because we are the ones that choose, and this is both in Christianity and what Bashar talks about. He's like, you don't need to lower your vibration to fear. That's the only way that something can affect you is if you allow it to. But if you stay in love, joy, peace, if you stay in that vibration, it can't affect you. So it doesn't matter what's about if there's evil spirits, because you just continue to be at a higher vibration. You don't have to worry about it.
That's a very uplifting message.
It's a liberating one, isn't it? Because, personally, I've had some experiences since 2022 that were, I had never experienced before.
What did you experience?
Well, it was a particular night that changed my life. One of my good friends Blake Warner knows about this, but I was in my bedroom, 4th floor. I'll tell you about the place that I lived at the time too. I learned was a former hospital.
Oh.
And I didn't know that until after. But what happened was I was in my bedroom and I just felt something outside the room.
Yeah.
I was in a 1-bedroom apartment, top floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a kitchen, it had a living room, it had a bathroom, and then it had the bedroom in the back, right? There was a balcony. So if I go out, the kitchen is over there, right? I'm in the bedroom. And I've felt this energy before. But I went out and I was going to shoo it away. I'd actually done this before.
Okay.
Where I could feel some kind of energy. And what happened was, as I felt this energy, I went to go open the door to get it the F out of my place. Because I felt it was negative, it was bad, it was harmful.
Yeah.
I opened the door, Ryan, and I've never screamed like that in my life. I literally opened it in like utter fear and like, it came out of me.
Yeah.
And I have the goosebumps right now because I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? And I felt something in front of me. And I shrieked. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I was shaking. And my body was like this. And then I grabbed my charger. I grabbed my phone. I put on a coat. It's the middle of the winter in Colorado. And I went down to the lobby and I was like, Zach, my buddy who we used to sell solar together. And I was like, dude, can you please come pick me up? I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I'm freaking out. And it was crazy. And for the next couple months, like, I was traumatized. Even the last couple of years, I've been traumatized by that. I learned about negative entities. I learned that they don't have power over you. I learned that so much about that world that I don't know if we have time to go into, but that experience changed my life and opened up my consciousness to starting to understand what other things are happening. Yeah. And so I directly experienced a negative entity that was attached to me, apparently, from one of my friends for about 1.5 years. I actually knew the name of it.
What was the name? You're not going to know. You're not going to say that. Not. Ask. What was the name? Sorry. What?
It was Rachel. Yeah. But what happened was I had a friend who is Archangel. She did energy work. She's a very smart, grounded person also. She was like, I sense something. She's like, there's something there. And she told me about it. She told me the name. I got chills that night. I had a dream about this entity. And I actually saw it, I experienced it. I was out in nature and it was crazy, man. What ended up happening was I learned how to shoo it away through a ceremony, a spiritual ceremony. And I basically fucking kicked it to another universe.
Nice.
And it was gone.
Nice.
Literally physical after a meditation and after some help with other people.
That's awesome.
And it was gone forever.
Nice. That's badass. Yeah.
Bro, so I had a direct experience with it. And that changed my life forever. And but I was also traumatized for a couple of years. And I've still come over that. Once I got locked in on Bashar, he really told me, you never have to worry because you're always in control. The only way that the devil or demons can get to you is if you allow them to. If you allow their thoughts, because they don't have any power. We have God's love in us. We have love. That's the most powerful thing in the universe, and it's always the thing that wins anyway. So we never really have to worry about those things. And I think if we can let go of that idea, we won't have these demons or these negative entities as so worried about them, because we'll always be above them. Therefore, we can reach our potential beyond that and not be pulled down by this idea of I've got to avoid this thing. No, I've got no fear of it. I don't need to.
It's pretty powerful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's wrap up this podcast. It's been powerful and informative. I want to leave the floor to you before I ask there's so many things we could go into more, but anything else I want to leave to you to tell people that are listening to this podcast, or to share anything else on your heart or on your mind?
Yeah, 100%. I'm basically a huge advocate for genetics,
Yeah. For people to understand their own genetics.
Yeah, because right now there's a lot of people are governed by fear. They're scared of getting their data stolen, and they're scared of stuff they don't understand, and people do not understand genetics. And then they're just like, they're scared of finding out they're going to get sick, and they don't know what they're going to do with the data. Like, y'all, this is one of the crowning achievements of human history. We can sequence your whole... Everybody should be learning the code they run on. I will help you understand what it means. Like, not even as a company, just as I can go work at the grocery store. I can go teach school, just for the good of, for Kardashev one.
Yeah.
Just like
Kardashev one.
Genetics is part of our future. That's my message. Is just get sequenced. Don't be governed by fear.
Yeah.
Be governed, embrace love. Genetics is the beautiful code that we run on, and we can make it more beautiful. But the only way to do that is by working with it, not just being scared of everything associated with it. So embrace Eric's message of love, not fear, be empowered. And genetics is one of the best places to aim that.
Boom. I love it, man. That's amazing. Wow. Whew. Okay. So, final question, and then where people can find you, where they can find your book. I mean, on Amazon's awesome. By the way, I'm definitely going to get my genome sequenced. Like, for sure this time.
Dude.
And I'm actually really curious about things like understanding, like, if I have any...
Oh, you're going to... Go ahead, but yeah.
What were you saying?
You're going to have a cool genome.
Yeah?
I would bet heavily.
Think so.
I do think so. I think, I think it's good. Yeah.
And if I do that, I would share with everybody as much as possible. I'm probably going to be fascinated by it.
Please do. I've been completely open with my genome. No harm has come of it. Like, it's not that.
You're just finding out what your genetics say about, conditions you might have, and also abilities you might possess, right?
It's literally, we all run on the same code, but we all have just a different
sequence.
Yeah, it's 3 billion digits of code. We each have a unique set of 5 million mutations. The wealth of information is just endless. Like, it's what makes you, you, and me. And when you see it in all its detail, it's just, that is it. Like, that's, it's fascinating. It's fun. And I do think your genetics are going to be especially interesting personally. I think it's going to be cool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So I think everybody should look into it and understand, like, why not? The crown jewel, as you put it.
Think of the scariest thing you can think of associated with it: getting your data stolen,
Cancer.
People misusing it. You're gonna get cancer. There's a way for love to overpower all those fears.
Yeah.
Like, and so, yeah.
Wow. So, last question, my man. So, if you had to now fast forward to the end of your life, and last time I said, oh, well, maybe you're 500 years old. Maybe you're... That was the revelation on the last podcast. I was like, 200, 500, 1,000? What? That's ridiculous. Transferring consciousness now? What? Oh, my God. Who's done that in the past? All right, I'm going on a tangent, but there's so much more we could talk about, dude. But last question. If you fast forward to the end of your life, whenever that is, no idea. And you go, okay, at this point where you are a year later, and you go, you know what? There's, three things that, they're philosophies you lived by, they're goals that you accomplished, they're missions that you gave to the world, whatever they are for you. What would be three things that would allow you to pass away to the afterlife in peace and go, you know what? It's okay for me to move on.
Great question. Yeah, one of those things I hit concretely around 2012, 2013. It's going to sound corny. Nobody cares about me in my bedroom with a guitar, but I used to take songwriting really seriously. There's a song I wrote. When I wrote that song, I was like, if I die any day now.
I remember that.
So that's that. And then it's being good, staying true to my inner voice of goodness, that relationship with God, and I fear God. Like I do not want to, And so staying close to that, not getting arrogant and going off the track, that would be the second thing. And the third thing at this point, dude, this Kardashev one, genetics, future, I'm all in. So I want to, we gotta get this going.
Yeah.
Those be the three things.
Let's do it. Let me know how I can help, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's just finish with where people can find you.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Your book, you can find on Amazon, Earth Life Code.
Earth Life Code Book.
Earth Life Code Book 2026.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to look into this, but where else can people find you? What's your pin on the internet?
Yep. Social media presence, Ryan Rossner _PhD on Instagram and TikTok especially. And then our website, astralterrangenetics.com. We have optimization scorecard that's just plug and play on there.
Yeah.
And we have choose your own adventure genome design tool for the first time. We have and we have some preloaded options like saint genome, warrior genome, a prophet genome.
I'm a saint.
we gotta sequence you first and find out. Yeah.
So sequence first. Yeah.
Just do all the things. But yeah, astralterrangenetics.com, Ryan Rossner _PhD on socials, and then Earth Life Code Book on Amazon. That's us.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ryan, dude, I absolutely love the work and where it's coming from for you. I know you got a mission to help the world and to reach your own potential, but also the humanity stretch its potential. And I love what you do, man.
Thanks, man. I love what you do too. Your words tonight on this podcast actually quite moving. Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, we need to know that. And would love to have you on again, man. Talk about afterlife.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Good stuff, brother. Thank you.